What is up everyone, Northside here, welcome to my channel. This video is about weapon and armor changes if you wish. Particularly we're gonna focus on a Vorpal and a Bilethorn enchantment in a new combat system. Now keep in mind everything in this video is still subject to a major change. I know I'm repeating myself, but this disclaimer has to be said, and I always say it prior to these extreme changes, okay? So what I'm gonna do today, we're gonna show you that I'm actually wearing a Bilethorn. At this point you can ignore everything you see here. Everything is gonna be the same. I'm not gonna change anything. Currently the Bilethorn enchantment has been buffed to deal 8% bonus damage as poison damage, and of course target enemy takes magnitude 60 damage as poison damage after 4 seconds. Target enemy's movement speed is reduced by 7%. This effect stacks up to 3 times and lasts for 4 seconds, meaning that it counts as a control power. Now whether this is intended or not, I do not know. There are some issues with the Bilethorn, but I'm working what they provided me with, so keep that in mind. Okay, why is this important? So Bilethorn is a control enchantment because it's proccing combative maneuver after controlling an enemy, gain common advantage damage. So all I need to do is hit with the Bilethorn, wait for it to proc, and you can see here that my common advantage went up. So we're gonna wait it out a little bit. I don't know how long it takes, and there we go, it's back to where it started. So 1 hit, 2 hits actually, boom, it went up 52 67.3, because I'm trying to rebalance these stats in order to then balance the lower stats, which we're gonna need. That's for another video, of course. And you can see that 65.45, 49.9, again 67.3, 52.477. So that's that control power. I do have a person here who gave me combat advantage because I don't do anything without an act log and combat tracker. At this point it is still kind of void, but I gotta start doing it because time is running out and a lot of things are not clear yet. Now that's regarding the Bilethorn enchantment. Now regarding the Vorpal enchantment, you can see that my Vorpal, my critical strike is 50.3. Critical severity is 9%. That's all easily. That's capped out. I mean, I don't even care about that. But look what they did to the Vorpal enchantment. Especially, let's focus on a holy Vorpal. Yeah, I know it's a visual, but you guys were selling this enchantment for 1,000 and what? 1,000 Zen, and now you gave critical strike is increased by 4%. All the while my hawk instincts are giving me 7.5 critical severity and 7.5 critical chance, not to mention other companions that I have slotted or unslotted or whatever you want to call them. It baffles me that you can do something like that. I should not be surprised, I can tell you that's for sure. In the end I think this is very unfair. So once again I will do 2 consecutive tests, 4 times 4 minutes, a lot of time. So, and I'm going to show you the combat tracker logs, how Vorpal is actually doing versus Bilethorn, or Bilethorn versus Vorpal. So keep that in mind. You can see that my at will encounter daily powers, yes, all the enchantments gained 8% bonus damage as air arcane damage. Somebody mentioned in the comment section why arcane damage, wild necrotic damage, because none of nothing is resistant to that. But that's again for another video. There's a lot of things to be done and I'm getting really tired, but I'll do it regardless. Whenever you activate the daily power, increase your combat advantage by 2% for 10 seconds. Why would I do that when I can just slot Bilethorn and put a tick on it and get my combat advantage up? Or just manipulate my companions and get to that percentage point, because this is easy to obtain, but percentages is not that easy. Ratings and total, this is 2 different sections. They are under same section, but ratings and total, you gotta pay attention to this very carefully. So I'll be potted up with Valstorm Elixir, Sorbet, and Superior Flask of Potency, and that's it. I'll be using Mad Dash set, Belt of the Mad Mage, and as a main artifact I'll be using Half the Blood Scepter and a Swarm for a debuff. So we're gonna go, and basically how this is gonna work. I'll be doing 4 minutes. 4 minutes is usually when I can do my 4 rotations, which will be looking something like this. I don't even need a control power anymore. I can just do this, drop it, pop it, daily, and boom. rinse, repeat. So this is the rotation. So I got full combat advantage from my counterpart, but not full combat. You see, I'm focusing mostly on accuracy, so I want to jack this up to 80%, but it's going to be really hard with the defense and awareness and the crit avoidance. I don't want to be a glass cannon, so it's going to be very, very, very tricky. Keep that in mind. So this is the rotation I'll be using. I really don't know how you could do something like this to a Vorpal enchantment. It baffles me, really, it baffles me. Now this is nothing is set in stone yet, and first I'm gonna go with the Bilethorn, and I'm gonna cross-reference the data, and I will show you that in the act logs that follows. So I'm gonna do my thing, and we're gonna jump to the act logs, and let's go. Okay guys, here are the act logs. As I said, what you're looking at is currently the Bilethorn weapon and Bilethorn test. As I mentioned in the video, now this dummy has a lot of nullifiers or minimal hits. As you can see, is 1, and of course he didn't proc as many because the child dummy is overwhelmed with people. I don't want to interfere with their act logs, so I will try to make space, but the numbers don't lie. The fact remains what I said in a video, that the Bilethorn weapon will overperform the Vorpal weapon for now, and especially on a Barbarian with fast casting, breath strike, etc, etc, etc. The doubht is controlling the enemy. I don't know if it's a bug, I mentioned that also, I don't want to repeat myself. You can see the overall damage, but if you look at the enk DPS, which is most important one, is higher. This is a Vorpal one, 127 with 30,713,562 damage overall total versus 33, so they kind of even lost there. However, if we look at the Vorpal weapon here, we have nullifiers. We have absolutely nullifier. Vorpal weapon 0, 0, 0, 0, 178 hits. Now if you're confused about 561 hits here and 1077 hits here, is because the ticks are counting towards those hits and swings. Keep that in mind, because you can see that the test was pretty on point. 400. It's simple as that. Nothing much to add. And you can pause the video if you want the screenshots, but I will redo this test. I have to do another pass, but the fact remains, after 8 years they placed Vorpal, in their words, into balance with this new combat system. Now as I said, effectiveness you can see on the right side, flanking positions, meaning combat advantage. You can see it here. Bloodletter will always have basically a lower flank because of the damage it deals to me. It doesn't really matter. However, I don't even remember what armor enchant I was using. It doesn't really matter. The point remains that Bilethorn weapon will probably be best in slot for Barbarians. And mind you, I still need to do an AoE testing, but this is still uncontrolled environment test. Only 4 rotations, full 4 boss rotations. And that's a fact. So pause the video, cross-reference the numbers. I will show you. If I did this importing a Zaru, my enk DPS would be close to 200,000, and that's quite a lot. That is quite a lot. Maybe not 200,000, but 180. I would be happy even with 170. It's all up how you set up your character, because we are far away from builds and building. Any kind of, especially for the Barbarian from my side, I don't want to speak in other people's name. Take a good look what Bilethorn weapon did, and actually Bilethorn weapon did 11% of my damage. The point being is the Vorpal is rest in peace. It was a nice, maybe I'll figure something out, I don't know, but I'm getting really, as I said, really tired of all this, and they're changing things very, very fast. They dropped a lot of stuff on us. The fact remains is that as of this point, Bilethorn for Barbarians is very, very good. It was good to begin with, but I was using Vorpal. I was using Vorpal even for AoE. I wasn't switching to lightning or anything else. Now I will go through all the other enchantments, but that's a lot of work, if you know what I mean. I still have a life shard to cover and a mod 20, which I'm under NDA. So keep that in mind before you ask me anything in the comment section. For now, this is it. Other classes can test it, but this is strictly for Barbarian, blademaster, crit severity capped out, and decent critical strike, if you know what I mean. So thank you for watching, and Northside is out.